right. All right. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Welcome to another episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. My name is Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. And I'm also the host of the Empowered Immigrant Podcast and the Empowered Immigrant Live. Welcome. Thank you for being here today. Today we're going to be talking about USCIS in 2025, and really my topic is that USCIS cases are at risk. All right, and so we're going to talk about what I mean by that, and so welcome. Thank you for tuning in, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here with me on today's episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Remember, the Empowered Immigrant Live is where we train, teach, inspire, and empower immigrants to make the most out of immigration laws and to make the most out of their lives. All right? And today our theme is that USCIS cases are at risk under the upcoming administration of Donald Trump. And so we'll be talking about that today. My question, as always, is, hey, do you want to get a green card, apply for citizenship, apply for a visa, find some solution, find some option, find some strategy to help you come out of the shadows, to help you fix your immigration status so that you don't have to live in fear anymore and so that you can live in peace, really, for the rest of your life? If that is you, then I'd love to help you with that. All right. My firm is on a mission to win 10,000 immigration cases in the next 10 years. We would love for your case to be one of them. My firm does intend to win cases even under the next administration. All right. We won cases under his administration before. It will be possible. It's going to take more work. All right. And so anyway, if you're in that situation, I'd love to help you. And as I go through today's topic, please feel free to ask me your questions. I'll answer any questions that I can here right now live. So we are live. Thank you all so much for being here. All right. Our news, it's December of 2024. House Republicans have proposed a bill for an increase in immigration enforcement, immigration crackdown, border wall funding, enhanced border technology, increased deportation measures, etc. In my opinion, it's likely not going to pass right now with the Democratic Senate still in place. But you never know, right? After January, maybe, right? And we'll continue to monitor that. And so if anything were to pass, we would definitely be sharing that type of information. If you find this type of information valuable, if you want to understand what's really going on, please subscribe to our channels. Please give us a thumbs up and like and follow, etc. in whatever social media platform you're watching us on right now, whether that's YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, or TikTok. All right? And so thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate each of you. Trump is going to enter the White House January 20th of 2025. That is going to be bad news for the immigrant community. It's going to be bad news for immigration lawyers, and it's going to be bad news for USCIS cases. And so I want to talk about what that is about, and that's really my theme for today. So USCIS, it's the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service. And what is USCIS? Well, USCIS is the entity of the government that processes applications and petitions for family-based, employment-based, and humanitarian-based immigration benefits, work permits, and U.S. citizenship. All right? It processes a lot of cases, folks, like lots and lots and lots. All of our cases, unless it's in front of an immigration judge, but it processes millions of cases every year. So changes within USCIS are going to affect a lot of people. And here's what we think is likely to happen under Trump 2.0, and I want you to be aware of it, all right? I've got 10 possible changes that you've got to be mindful of, all right? Number one is we'll likely see an increased scrutiny, all right, on all applications and all petitions, such that it will make each step of the process more rigorous, all right? The effect of that, of course, is that it makes processing times even longer than they already are. You know, there are immigration cases that take years and years and years, and this will only increase that processing time. The second thing that we believe may happen, will likely happen, is the creation of a denaturalization office. Now, I'm going to do a talk soon on the topic of denaturalization, but what this office will likely do is it will have a goal of taking citizenship away from people if there's evidence that those people got their citizenship through fraud. All right, and so you got to be cautious about that, and there will be denaturalization cases that I intend to fight. All right, and so that'll be on the horizon. Other changes to expect. So change number 3, we expect to see fewer requests for evidence, RFEs, right? So you might be like, oh great, I didn't want to get an RFE either. This is actually really bad news, all right? Because instead of issuing an RFE, they'll just deny you, all right? Oh, this box wasn't checked off, or oh, this piece of paper wasn't included in your application, denied, you know? And what that'll mean is you'll have to refile a whole new case rather than just respond to the RFE, which makes it more expensive, much more slow, much more cumbersome. RFEs, as annoying as they are when we receive them, it's so much better than having to start over again from zero. That's change number 3. Change number 4 is an increased issuance in notices to appear when immigration cases are denied. So that means that you apply for a straight-up adjustment of status, you apply for a benefit in front of USCIS, and your case gets denied. Now you're at risk of being put into immigration court more than in the past, right? So that means that the risks of seeking immigration benefits will likely go up, all right? I'm not feeling that great today, so I'll be drinking some tea as we talk. Anyway, if you're tuning in right now, welcome. Thank you for being here. My name's Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. And right now I'm going through changes that we can expect to USCIS cases, and my topic today is that USCIS cases are at risk, all right, in 2025 and in the next 4 years. And so let's continue that list. Right now I've just finished the first 4, and I'm going on through 10 changes to expect, all right? So change number 5 on my list is that we expect to see narrower options for expediting cases, all right? In other words, you're probably not going to be able to get around the processing times with requests to expedite, right, with demonstration, even motions to USCIS, explaining the reasons why you've got a humanitarian situation, you need to expedite this case. We're probably going to see more denials and more pushback on those types of requests, all right, even more than we've already been getting. All right, number 6. We'll likely see a restriction on fee waivers and increased enforcement of the public charge doctrine and the public charge rule. All right, those, you might divide that into 2 different things, but I put them in one place together here because it's like it makes it more difficult across the board for people of low income. All right, you're going to want to demonstrate and really document well the amount of income you're making, the amount of taxes that you're paying, the amount of resources that you have, the amount of assets that you have, because all of those things are going to be in greater, they're going to serve greater importance as you file your immigration cases in 2025 and beyond. Okay? Change number 7, we expect to see a delayed production of green cards and a delayed production of work permits. All right? That's going to put pressure on folks, but it is something to anticipate. Okay? Number 8, this is maybe more, I don't know, I'll believe it when I see it, but it might happen. There's been proposals and suggestions about this in the past, and that is stricter citizenship exam questions. Okay? So we'll see. We'll see if they make the citizenship test more difficult, more strenuous, make the questions themselves more difficult, make the requirement of completing more of the answers to the questions positively, all right, than we've seen in the past. We will see that. Stay tuned for that. All right. We're almost done. If you're just tuning in again, we're going through all of the changes that I anticipate that we might see after January 20th, okay, for USCIS cases. And my topic today is that USCIS cases are at risk. So thank you for being here, and that's what we're going through. I've got 2 more to go through, all right? And if you've got questions about your immigration case, please submit it. I'm here to help. I'd love to help. I'll do what I can to answer them as we get to it. And Dione, I see you. Saludos de Mexico. Saludos to you too. All right, thank you for being here. Just so everybody's aware, this is my English episode, but right after this, I will also do the same episode in Spanish. So for anyone out there that prefers Spanish, join me in just a few minutes, and we'll do this episode in Spanish as well. All right, we're on number 9, folks. The 9th thing that we can anticipate with USCIS cases and why USCIS cases are getting more difficult, more risky, etc., is that they're likely going to require interviews on all cases, even when the interview is arguably not necessary at all, okay? And what that means is that it's probably going to slow processing way down, all right? And we saw this under the first Trump administration. It's like it's just another roadblock, another reason for the government to, scrutinize and possibly deny immigration benefits. It's also another reason why it's going to be so important to have a lawyer represent you in your case, because you're going to be very likely called in for an interview, and you're going to need a lawyer to represent you. Okay? And reason number 10 that we've seen, we're going to see if this happens or not, but we can anticipate some of it, all right, is a possible additional increase to filing fees. Now, we saw an increase to the filing fees in April of last year, and now that's been in effect, all right? But what we're seeing is, all the additional interviews and processing times and things like that, it's possible that those filing fees to the government go up even more, all right? I forgot to plug in one of my devices here, so let me do that. And so thank you all so much. Those are the 10 kind of, I'll call them frustrating, possible changes that we can anticipate with USCIS cases coming up in the new year. And so I'm just the messenger, just sharing what I believe we can see on the horizon. And I wanted you to be aware of those possible changes. Now, all of these things, I don't want to have these things discourage you from filing a case. I don't want these things to discourage you from filing your application for immigration benefits. Because, man, yeah, the risks will go up. But here's the way I see it, folks. Here's the way I see it. You ready? There's going to be risks that are increasing for filing an immigration case, but there's going to be risks that are going to increase even higher if you don't. All right. Should I say that again? All right. I just got an Amber Alert on my on my phone. We're going to monitor that. Anyway, what I just said is that yeah, the risks are going to go up in filing USCIS cases, but the risks are going to be even higher if you don't file. And so that's just something to keep in mind, right? Like if you have a case that you could file, the other thing that I'll say is if there's any possible way to file your immigration case now before these changes take effect, that will help you. All right, you can get receipt notices in, you can have your case on file with the government before January 20th. It's going to reduce the likelihood that your case will be rejected, right? At least it'll be submitted and you'll have receipt notices which do, at least show that you're working to get your situation resolved. So I wanted to share all of that. That's basically all I got for today. So let me get into your questions. I see some of them here. All right. So Miriam Mejia, hello, and thank you for being here. Really appreciate you. You say, I recently applied for a U visa. What do you recommend carrying with the new administration? Okay. First of all, great job in getting your U visa submitted. All right. Second, you want to carry receipt notices. So once you have receipts in saying that you have an application for a U visa pending, then it's important to carry those around if anybody asks and if anybody wants to see. First of all, don't just give those away. Even if somebody asks for them, you do have the right to remain silent. You don't have to respond to things like that. But it still is wise to show that, hey, you have a valid application that's pending. The other thing that I recommend for everybody, U visa applicants and others, and hopefully you have a lawyer and hopefully they've done their job well, the other thing that I recommend is that you request all of your records so that you've got a copy of your records. You can show, for example, that you don't have a deportation officer or order against you. You can show that you have a clean record at the border, if that's the situation. You want to be very clear about what immigration has, right, and what they're going to be seeing if they were to ever look at your situation more closely, just so that you're prepared. Yeah. And so that's that. Jaden 27C, hola, good to see you there as well. Thank you. Jeff Freeman, thumbs up, great. Mike Johnson, good morning, thanks. Just tuning into your show. Hey, thank you for being here. Really appreciate you. I see some friends here on Instagram. Yacerto, I see you here. And Leopoldo, I see you here. And Mario, and immigration lawyer. Hello, I see you here. Great to see fellow advocates on here. And Michelle, cool name, I see you here. And I see a bunch of friends on TikTok. Everybody on TikTok, great to see you all. Magali and Ramon and Michelle and Schuster and Dione and lots more on TikTok here. Really appreciate each of you. And so that's really it that I've got here for you today. Let me share my brief empowerment tip. My tip today, this is inspired. My mom's husband is in the hospital right now. And so I just wanted to share this, right? Life is short. Life is short. And death will happen. And life is precious. And I don't want you to waste it. I don't want you to go through life on autopilot. I want you to commit to the things that matter to you. And I want you to say no to the things that don't matter to you so that you can make the most out of your life. Right? Like just because everybody out there is saying, oh, you got to watch such and such a show on HBO or whatever it is, right? Like you don't have to. Right? You can say no to things that people say, oh, you got to do this if they matter less to you. And if certain things matter more to you, focus on those, whatever that is. It's like take your life one step at a time and follow through on the commitments that actually are important to you so that you create the life that you want with this limited, precious time that we all have here on planet Earth together. Okay? So I just wanted to share that, and hopefully that's useful. Hopefully that's helpful. And that's all I got today, folks. That's all I got today. If this was useful, if this was helpful in any way, please take a second. Go to our channel in YouTube. Type in Land or Home Immigration into YouTube. Hit the subscribe button. We had over 1,000 subscribers just in the last week. And we would love for you to subscribe to our content in YouTube. When you do that, also hit the notification bell in YouTube. That's the best way to be informed, to get a notification whenever we upload an additional video with news, with updates, with other things that are happening in immigration. There's a lot happening right now, folks. And my goal is to empower you. My goal is to keep you informed so that you're aware of what to expect and what's on the horizon. Okay? That's all I got. Thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate each of you. Again, my name is Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on our next episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.